The fact that you are not confident in what you're saying will make people have doubts on what you're trying to pass across. Confidence as a subject matter has been something that many people have battled with over time. Many have struggled to build a level of confidence. Many have tried to sound confidential in their ways. Many have tried to act and present themselves with such precision in order not to be doubted, but they end up failing. Why? Because the composure that it takes to show forth the totality of confidence in what you say. So permit me to carry you through a few points that will enable you build confidence, that will enable you stand out. When you are trying to present something to an audience, when you are trying to communicate something, no matter how right you are, the lack of confidence will make people doubt what you are trying to say. The fact that you are not confident in what you're saying will make people have doubts on what you're trying to pass across. So you can be saying the right thing, but the lack of confidence will make people think that what you're saying is wrong. There are people that have been saying the wrong thing over time, but the level of confidence they exhibit while communicating the wrong thing makes people believe that what they are saying is right. So what you're saying might be wrong, but the confidence applied in it will convince people to believe that what you're saying is right. And that is why it is very important to have confidence. Imagine you're trying to bid for a contract and you don't even have confidence in the proposals you are about to submit. You don't have confidence in the presentations you are about to make. So how then will people believe in what you're trying to say? Confidence is a very important subject matter as far as growth, as far as being a professional, as far as maintaining the level of steez that it takes to become the best at what you do is concerned. This is the professional mindset. Join me through a little walk down the process of building confidence. Number one, confidence comes from preparation. Confidence comes from preparation. Listen, a man that is prepared, a woman that is prepared will never have issues in presentation. Confidence comes from preparation. So one of the things that make you scared of bringing out what you have is the fact that you are not prepared. The singular fact that you are not prepared is already enough to water down the ideas you have. Having the idea is good, but it is not enough. Preparing for the idea is very important. So let's imagine now that you have a presentation upcoming in a couple of days, in a couple of weeks. A man who starts preparing, rehearsing, practicing stands a chance than the one who thinks he knows. The fact that you know does not mean you should not prepare. Preparation is different from knowledge. Preparation adds to the knowledge you already have. Preparation eases the communication of the knowledge you already have. So preparation is very important. If you want to sound confident, you want to appear confident, then you should always be prepared at every point in time. Always be prepared, because constant preparation pushes forward, builds forward confidence at all times. Point number two, repetition reduces fear. Now, you know that one of the biggest, or not even one of, the biggest enemy of confidence is fear. And the biggest strategy of reducing or eliminating fear is repetition. When you do it over and over and over and over and over, you gain mastery. You become confident in what you do, and definitely fear is wiped away. What is fear? Fear here is just that feeling of what if something goes wrong. Just that feeling of I'm not good enough. Just that feeling of I don't think I'm the best. Just that feeling of there is someone out there that is better than me. Just that feeling of what if I make a mistake. Definitely, it's normal. You will make mistakes. It's normal. You will make errors. But the question is, can you correct the errors? Can you learn from the mistakes and go further? That is where confidence comes in. So, constant repetition, okay, doing it over and over builds confidence. Now let me give you one extra advantage of repetition. Repetition brings about what we call efficiency. Now, for a typical economist or somebody who has an understanding of economics, they will define efficiency of labor. Okay, they'll tell you, okay, labor is all human effort, offered for the production process. It could be physical, it could be mental, and then they'll tell you now that efficiency is the ability of a worker to achieve a greater output over a short period of time without a fault in the quality of work done. That's efficiency. So one of the ways to gain efficiency is repetition, doing it over and over. If you do it over and over, you gain mastery. Okay, you gain mastery. Okay, so let's assume now that you're trying to communicate a lesson to an audience. Okay, the first time you come, you're trying to teach a particular topic, and you lecture that topic for 30 minutes. That was your first time lecturing the topic, and you were using a booklet. You lectured for 30 minutes. The next time you come to lecture the same topic, you lecture for 30 minutes using a booklet. I bet you the third time you're lecturing the same topic, you will use your booklet less. Why? Because as you've done it over and over, it's gradually sticking into your mind. It's sticking into your brain. That is efficiency already coming in. If you continue doing it over and over, you will discover that a lecture you were to deliver in 30 minutes, you'll be able to deliver it in 15 minutes and accurately. Why? Because you already understand the key points, you know the key concepts. The time which you would have been using to be referring to one booklet, referring to another booklet, opening to one page, referring to another page, you don't do that again. Why? Because everything is already in your mind. That is the power of efficiency. So that is where confidence comes in. And that is why in our world today, for example, you will find some lecturers go to class just with a piece of chalk in their hand, for those who still use a chalkboard, or with the board marker, and that's all. The lecture for the next 2 hours, they don't have a problem. For the next 2 hours, they lecture. But you'll find some lecturers still with their laptop, still with their tablets, still with their iPads to class, and they scroll through reading line by line before a comprehension can come to the students. What's the difference? One person has done it over and over and over until it is already part and parcel of them. Do it until you become like it. So doing it over and over, repetition reduces fear, and once fear is reduced, confidence is built. The third thing is this: action builds confidence over time. Action builds confidence over time. For you to build confidence over time, you need to take action. Okay, don't just plan it, don't just envisage it, but act it. Don't just plan it, don't just envisage it, but act it. So when you make a move, that is where you build confidence over time. Take the step, make a move. Take the step, make a move. So don't sit down somewhere expecting that you will just wake up one morning and you will get confident in what you do. No. Take a step, start from somewhere, make a move. If you can make a move, the confidence will come. If you can take a step, the confidence will come. This is how you build confidence over time. Number one, You do a repetition, do it over and over and over. Number two, it comes from preparation. It comes from preparation. And number three, confidence comes from action. Take a step. Don't wait for tomorrow. Take a step. This is the professional mindset.